Hey guys, how's it going? As you guys probably can see, I'm back in my room at home. I am back from Cambridge. I came back just before Christmas. Now I also hope that you all had a wonderful Christmas. I guess for me, well, we don't really celebrate Christmas religiously, but it's a nice time to catch up with family. They all come around, we have a nice dinner, and it's just a nice time to see everybody, but also take a break from university work. Outside of taking a break, I've just been cracking on with getting through lectures, trying to get through at least 3-4 lectures a day, plus writing reports. Now, as you guys saw in the last vlog, before I left Cambridge for a reasonable time, I spent as much time in the lab as I could. But I've got to go back, I think, in a few days' time, because my project milestone report is due in about 2 weeks' time. So I want to collect as much data as I can for that to ensure that I convince my assessors that I'm going somewhere with the work that I'm doing. Now, a few of you have been a bit confused as to what exactly I am doing, because I'm mentioning engineering, but also I'm a medical student. Now, before I crack on with a bit of revision, I want to quickly explain this to you all, just to clear this up. So let's go to the whiteboard and I'll explain everything. Great. I started at Cambridge in 2016. Given that the Cambridge medicine course is 6 years for the standard course, I would have graduated in 2022 for the final time and become a Dr. Said. So the way the 6 years are broken up is into the preclinical and the clinical years. You have year 1, year 2, year 3, and they form the preclinical years. And you have year 4, year 5, and year 6, and they form the clinical years. So in the first 2 years of your preclinical studies, you go to lectures, you do practicals, and you have loads and loads of supervisions, small group teaching, where you learn all the science. After these 2 years and third year, you get to specialize. Now I say that because most students end up doing something which is really closely related to medicine, whether it's pharmacology, pathology, or even physiology or neuroscience. And then after third year, you get a BA. Let's actually use a different color. So technically, Cambridge students are now postgraduates. Now this system is very similar to the US system, where you do a pre-med for 3 years, something medicine related, and then you go into medical school for 4 years to finish off medicine. So this preclinical and clinical split is also seen at Oxford. At other universities, when you do this year of specialization and you get a degree out of it, they call that intercalation. You can call this third year the intercalated year. But the thing is, at Cambridge, it's not really an intercalation, because it's integrated into the course. You don't really have a choice of where you do it, because I know at other universities, if you're, let's say, at Brighton, you can come up to London, to Imperial, or to King's to do your integrated degree. So you get there for 1 year, you get that degree, and you come back. So after this, you graduate, and then you join the clinical stream. So what I did was, I completed first and second year of medicine. Then, because I had done physics and math at A-level, and had done well in those, the engineering department said I was eligible to do engineering. So similar to how some students had an interest in neuroscience and others had an interest in pathology, I had an interest in medical innovation. And so doing engineering was justified because it'll give me the tools to think like an engineer, to better equip me to think of solutions when it comes to prosthetics, the application of AI to medicine. So then I joined the engineering department, which means I joined the third year engineers. Now these third year engineers, when they complete their third year, all get a BA in engineering. If you wish, you can graduate with that BA, as everybody else does with the medicine cohort. Or you can stay on and do an extra year, the fourth year of engineering, which means you get an MEng. The engineers who want to get this MEng, they don't actually graduate after third year, even though they have that BA. They stay on for an extra year and get an MEng, a Master's in Engineering. So having enjoyed third year a lot, I decided to stay on and complete this MEng, because I realized an extra year of engineering will give me even more tools that I can use later as a doctor to help with medical innovation as much as I can. Now I say I want to be a doctor, but I'm looking more into the surgery path, but we'll come to that later. In 2020, when I graduate for the first time, similar to how my friends graduated this year in 2019 with their BAs, in 2020 I will graduate and I'll receive both my BA and my MEng, given that things go to plan. Then after that, I go back to the medical school which has already been confirmed, that's all good. And then I complete my 3 years of clinical studies, which means in 2023 I will receive my MBBS equivalent from Cambridge, the MBBCHIR. So yeah, it's kind of cool doing engineering sandwiched in between medicine. You really get to broaden your horizons, which means when you go back to medicine, to the clinical school, you have not only the medical experience, but you have the experience of studying another fantastic subject at Cambridge. Anyway, I hope that clears things up, and time to get back to some work. So next term, one of my modules is German. So I'm going to, for the next half an hour or so, go through some vocabulary and make a few flashcards so I can go through them. Now I do use Quizlet and Memrise as well, but I think it'll be a nice activity to do to make a few flashcards. Then after that, I'm going to do some report writing.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions. We'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out.
So I've run out of flashcards, so I think that's enough German. I'm gonna run down quickly and get some tea. I'm going to probably have some chamomile or something light in the stomach. Then we'll do some project work and we'll get that finished. So chamomile's quite nice. These Clicker teas are quite good. The Tea Pig brand is also really good. I don't like to have too much caffeine in the evening, a few hours before I sleep, because then I can sleep better. This is 3 chamomile. There's also 3 fennel. Fennel's quite good after a meal, as well as mint tea, of course. And ginger tea is fantastic. It's quite spicy. So yeah, go and try this one out in particular. So since my bigger monitor, which you may have seen in other videos, is at university, got my computer and my Apple Magic Keyboard, and this is the MX Master 2S. And I really enjoyed typing on this keyboard. This MacBook is the 15-inch touch bar model. The keyboard is horrendous. It looks really sleek, but when you type, it really isn't the nicest of experiences. But yeah, this keyboard is easier to type on. It is stupendously expensive for what it is, but then again, it's wireless and it's an Apple product, so I guess that's how they justify it. It's like the Apple Pencil. It's ridiculously priced for a touch pencil. And to be fair, I'm now on my second one because I managed to break my first one. Because I'm going to do some computer work, I'm going to grab my headphones as well. For those of you interested, you have the Bose QC25s. These are probably one of the best investments I made. I bought them back when I was in the first year of sixth form. And yes, they were expensive, but that was 4 years ago. They are a bit worn in terms of this lining recently ripped off, but the only thing I've had to replace in those 4 years of owning these things is this headphone wire, which costs, what, £20? And the noise cancelling is fantastic, and I really recommend that you guys also look into it and buy yourself a decent pair of headphones which will last you for a few years. And this thing's, foolproof. The new Bose headphones, yes, they cost £350, but if you buy them and use them carefully for the next 5 years, that comes to, what, £70 a year, and you get a very good product. Right, let's stop talking and actually do some work.
We're on the run. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights up, died with my own doubts.
So I carried on last night doing the work. Got quite a bit done, but now I've got a bit more to do. I got up at around 7 o'clock. Sometimes I like to wake up at 5:36, but it's a vacation time, so 7's fine. So I'm going to get a bit more of it done, and then we'll crack on with the rest of the day. And the nice thing of waking up early in the morning is you can hear the birds, and it's just so tranquil in the mornings, which is wonderful. Which you don't really get at other times of the day, except during the evening. So let's enjoy this and let's do some work. Right, got through an extra 1,500 words, so that's good progress. And we're going to carry on with this for the rest of the day. I hope that this vlog has been interesting. Of course, it's just a short snippet of what I get up to when I'm at home.